This week, Cash faces the music. Brax and Ricky are back in the bay. Justin's livelihood is in peril, and Sonny has a breakthrough.
Hold me in your arms, don't let me go. I want to stay forever, closer each day, home and away.
Here you go, as promised.
Oh, thank you.
I'm really sorry it took so long.
Who's that? It's the Coastal News. They won't stop calling me.
Look, if you really don't want to do it, I think you should block them.
No, it's just that, though. I'm not decided yet.
Yeah, I get that. I just think while you've got the publicity, why not use it for good?
I know. I just don't want to be the poster girl for some political campaigns.
We are Si and Sophie. This is Coastal News, a home and away podcast. Your weekly episode companion podcast for your favourite Aussie soap.
I don't have anything for you this week.
Oh.
Sophie, it's been a long week, so it's just going to have to be a hello. Hooroo.
I've got a question for you then.
Oh, right, go on.
Uru. I can't say that anymore. David, he's rumbled us.
Yeah.
What do you think of sourdough bread?
Sourdough bread. It only works in a very few scenarios. It's a bit too hipster.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's like it's got my banana with it and a poached egg. Do you know what I mean? And then it's not really me.
Yeah. No.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not a fan either. We were talking about it on the tweet along on Thursday night, and I just said, it's not worth it for me. I'm with Brax 100% because it's the kind of bread that you can break your teeth on, so it's not worth it eating it. It doesn't taste that nice. And then Mr. David tweeted that he'd prefer, cheap white bread with chemicals in, and I was like, same. I don't care about my bread being healthy. If I want bread, if I'm craving bread, I want Warburton's toasty loaf and nothing else. If I'm honest.
Oh dear. Yeah, no, right. I've got Brax down as a tiger bread kind of guy.
I think he would like tiger bread. Yeah. He would.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he does not like the old sourdough, does he?
No, he doesn't. Tiger bread, solid outer crust.
It is nice, but if you want a cheap sliced white bread, you know what I mean? This sort of, yeah. Or if I'm going fancy, Warburton. If not, do you know what? I'll have the own brand's cheap shit. I'm not
toasty
bothered.
One though. It's always the toast, isn't it? It's just thick enough.
It's just it's that toasted with some butter on. Oh my god, that's heaven.
I agree.
There you go.
I'm getting hungry. There we go.
There's your random segue to begin the pod with.
I've been listening. Thank you. I've been listening to this Saturday morning and thinking, let's pop some toast in.
I know. I don't have any bread in the house either, so I don't have it very often because when I do get bread, I will eat the entire bag. I'm terrible, so I don't buy it very often. But when I do fancy bread, it's always the toasty loaf.
Yeah.
Same. I quite like, they do Fruit Loaf with the raisins in, and I don't ever eat raisins on their own. I'd never go, I'd love a raisin, never. But I quite like it in bread. Don't know why. I like toasted.
Interesting.
Or those toasted tea cakes, or a crumpet. Oh, I love a crumpet.
I love a tea cake. Partial to a tea cake.
Yeah, they're nice, aren't they? Don't have them in very often either. I always think they're a treat. You know what I mean? They're a treat, sort of Sunday. If you have a Sunday dinner, a big dinner, then I don't want a big meal, so I'll have a tea cake
Toasty tea cake, yeah,
or a crumpet or something for dinner.
Very easy to burn though.
They are, and also if your toast is not very wide, you can just grab them and just burn them on the edges, and it's not fun trying to pull it out.
Yeah.
And I'm always getting told, turn it off at the wall when I'm jabbing it.
Yeah, before you stick in a knife in. Yeah, same.
I'm like, I'll be fine. We've got a double trip thing. The lecky will trip. I'll be fine. Oh, dear.
Well, listeners, you haven't come to the Food Network.
This is not the dish podcast.
You're in the right place. How are you, Sophie? You okay?
I'm okay, yeah. How are you doing?
Not bad. I'm so glad we're here.
I know.
We've made it.
Yes.
I need this. I
It's
need
weird,
it.
isn't it? It's been a
Mm.
short week because we've had a bank holiday here in the UK, but I also feel like I've done 5 days work. Like,
I know.
what happened?
Yeah. Yeah. It's been 1 day less work, but I've probably done more,
Yeah.
actually. It's been a bit of a nuts week. So, yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah, I'm ready for a sleep.
Same.
Although last night we were texting with me and I did pass out, and I woke up this morning and I thought she's not messaged me, so I don't think she noticed. I'll just style it out.
What? What was that?
Last night we were talking about Traders India.
Oh yeah.
Well, I fell asleep on you.
I didn't notice.
There we go. My mission was accomplished.
I didn't know. I think I switched channels by then.
But it was dead. It was only like 11 o'clock.
It was
And
early.
then I woke up this morning at like 7:30. I thought I've had the best sleep all week.
Oh, you needed it. You
There we
needed
go.
it. There you go.
There we go.
Well,
So,
I had a dream last night that we were having some random guest come and stay in our spare room, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's such a mess!" And I was like, dreaming about cleaning the bed sheets and like putting towels out, and I was like, "This is bloody Home and Away that's got in my head because I'm the whole Joe thing."
Oh yeah, Airbnb
And, like,
Joe.
Yeah, and the whole Brax turning up and like having to. I
Mm.
think it seeped into my brain. So this morning I woke up and I was like, "When did they come in? Who is it? No, nobody. Thank God." It was a dream. Oh, I hate
Yeah,
that.
well, don't put towels on the bed. The old teleinspector will have something to say about that.
Really? Why can't you do that?
That's the cardinal sin.
Why?
When she goes into a hotel and she sees towels on the bed, she goes, "Do you have a shower here?" "No." "Put them on the rack in the bathroom." It's just like, she hates it.
But
Yeah.
if you have a guest round, right, you don't want the guest towels in your bathroom, do you? You put them in
No,
their
not
room.
at home, I suppose. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a hotel situation, but yeah.
My house is. It ain't no hotel, I can tell you that. That's why I was having it. It was actually a nightmare. Panic about someone having to come round.
We have got early plans for a Home and Away hotel, don't we?
We have. I've got my sights set on Manly.
Yeah.
Yes.
It sounds amazing, but I don't think the bank will give us the money.
If I win the Euro Millions tonight or the Lotto this weekend, you know, yeah. But
Come on down.
I doubt it.
Come on down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Home and Away good? How was the week?
Enjoyed the week again, mainly because of Brax and Cash. I'll be honest. Yes, there's been some good stuff. I've enjoyed some of the comedy with them. Some of the writing has been very funny this week.
Let me tell you.
Yes, we'll probably talk about that later in detail. But yeah, I've enjoyed it. How about you?
Yeah, same. And it's flown.
Yes.
It's flown.
Yeah.
What we've got going on at the minute is right up my alley. So and there's been lots of innuendo, which has also been quite shocking.
Yes.
But enjoyable because that's our thing.
As you can tell, if you're a first looker, which most of you seem to be now, convert. Oh dear, yeah.
Thought you said something else then.
Oh, did you? What did I say?
If you're a first looker.
First looker. Oh yeah. No. Not anything that rhymes with that. No.
Trying to remain on the Apple Podcast platform.
Clinging on. Oh god.
For dear life.
Oh,
so, should we do it then? Should we talk about this week's Home and Away?
Go on then.
Actually, I always do this, but before we do,
oh god,
there's been some really good news about the show out this week.
Oh, yeah.
Like ratings are at the highest ever in Australia. Won the night every night last week. 1.1 million. Leading the way for anything outside of the news. I just thought it was worth a mention. Just sort of, it's not the be all and end all, and we know the show is popular in Australia, and is a big ratings draw. It's the number one show on Seven's app. What's it called? 7 Plus.
7 Plus. Yeah.
And we know last year when we had the extension here in the UK, Channel 5 also cited some mad numbers for it on the app here. On the 5 app over here, it's really, people have really warmed to watch it that way. So it's just nice to have that good news about a soap's performance, and the fact that, Home and Away just continues to thrive. I think it's just nice to hear.
Yeah,
It's gone article that's out on the internet. Go and have a read.
but not
Right,
if you
Nash.
not if you want to see spoilers though,
Oh,
because you
that's right.
didn't you warn me that there was something in it? I haven't read it because you warned me.
That's right. Maybe don't read it. You're right. I forgot about that. Maybe don't
Yeah.
read it.
Just the headline.
Take our word for it.
Just the headline. Just Google the headline. There we go.
Listen, we're the Coastal News. We're all the news you need.
The
There you go.
headlines is all you
We'll
need.
let you know.
That's what I do. I just on BBC News, I just skim the headlines and go, right, that's me. I'm up to date.
Yep. Miserable. Yep.
I don't read the details. Too depressing.
Yeah. Rocket, reform, raw election, rocket.
Yeah, and then you're like, that's enough.
Something
Enough news.
about the Strait of Hormuz that nobody knew where the fuck it was until about a month ago.
I still don't know. Yeah.
Right, this week's Home and Away. Should we do it?
Go on then.
We're at YCPD at the beginning of the week, aren't we? And we're laying into Cash, or Sarge's, should I say, about him going on the run, of all things, to get Tane. And Cash says, look, come for me, stay away from my wife. Because you'll know while he was away, he arrested Eden, which again was like legally ambiguous, but we're going to look over it because we've got, like poetic license in some of this. But can you arrest her? They probably just questioned her under caution, we were saying, weren't we? And basically Sarge then says, right, he goes to try and speak to Tane, who, as you'll know, has been brought on down at the end of last week, and he no comments the whole thing, wants a lawyer, doesn't he? And the lawyer seems to take 3 working days to arrive. So he ends up sort of held up there, doesn't he, at YCPD, exactly as you said would happen in that cell, that infamous cell. And he says, who helped you, Sarge? Yes, he's quite stern. Who helped you? I know people here have, and I will find out and make sure that basically they come good. Now, this brings us back to how insane this has been because it's dragged half the bay down. We were questioning not a week or so ago, is the show finishing? Because we're wiping half the cast out here in this storyline. So did we believe Sarge in that moment, or did we think we're addressing it and then just so that we can say we know we're not, we know, but we've addressed it now and we're going to move on and pretend everyone's not implicated?
I don't know.
Did you believe his conviction?
I believe it this week, but I believe also that he could. Basically, they could just pull the rug out from under us at any time, can't they? Because because there's so many holes in this storyline. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but there are. I'm enjoying it, but there are holes in this storyline, and because there are, at any point in the future, we could double back on anything we've done, couldn't we?
That's true. Yeah,
So
that is true. It sort of leaves things for the later on.
You kind of have to take everything with a pinch of salt, not, pun intended and all that. But I don't know. What did you think? As you're not his biggest fan, so let's see. What do you make of it? What do you think of?
Well, I think because of that, I'm a little jaded, right? So I'm like, it almost made me root for everyone to get off. You know what I mean? Because I was like, oh yeah, whatever. He's not good. I think he's. There's a lot of foreshadowing. I think you're right in terms of this sort of circling back later on, because there's been and I think some of it's been obvious, some of it's been subtle, but there's been a bit of this, like, how did, and I'm linking it to Lacey now, how did the DPP change their mind? How did that? There's been a little bit of that, and I feel like them two are gonna be ended up linked, and a reason why Sarge is going to have to behave a certain way when we get there. And I think that is how he's going to have to turn his cheek to some of it. If that makes sense. Because they're going to have that on him.
Yes.
Yeah, or at least Cash is. And Cash, I think now, could come to the forefront as the sort of voice of the community against Sarge, sorry. This is how we do it. Because Sarge does sort of hurl. He's fuming, isn't he, at this point of the week? And he hurls Cash up to HQ or wherever that is, to see. Comes back on light duties and he's got his job. That's a bit like, well,
desk duty. We did say that, didn't we? That
yeah.
I don't know whether it was on the pod or off the pod, but you and I were discussing it, and we were like, we've been here before with Cash. He's broken the rules before.
Yeah.
There's always been that threat of him losing his job, getting, his badge taken off him and blah, blah, blah. But he's always seemed to get away with desk duty.
Yeah.
Hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's done it again. Like, they just
Yeah.
all they do is take a strip off his shoulder, like demote him to like just constable, not senior constable, and then make him answer the phone for a couple of weeks. And then as soon as something kicks off and they need somebody involved, they're like, right, you've got your full duties back and we need you to do this.
It's mad, isn't it?
It is crazy.
I think though the difference this time is he'd accepted it before it happened. And I think that differs from particularly last time. He was really sort of down on his outer when he was out of work. We know when he was suspended and investigation.
Yeah, well,
he was really
kicked out at one point, wasn't he? Because that's when he went security guard in the mall for one shift, and he did the Stevie thing, didn't he? The bodyguarding thing, which I loved. Personally. Teddy Cam. Oh, I loved that whole thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether we said it on the pod or not, but I didn't think there was any chance of him losing his job over this, to be honest. I thought we would conveniently find a way for him to get out of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
But what's interesting to me is watching how Cash sort of brushes this. He just sort of rides this wave now. And when I compare it to where he was earlier on in his career, let's say, it's interesting, isn't it, how the longer he gets in, more strifes he gets into, more easily and more comfortable he seems to navigate the fallout.
Exactly.
And it's interesting. And actually, it was refreshing for me to see Cash stand up to Sarge this week. I actually really enjoyed these scenes. The problem with this whole thing was that it was peppered with Joe at the reception desk going, arrest me. Thinking that she's doing some good. There's no way Sarge can turn around and say, I'm going to find everybody involved, when his daughter just went all the way across the other side of the country to harbour a fugitive. She was going to run away with him. There's no way he's going to be able to do anything to Mac.
No, exactly.
Et al.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
And Joe,
I don't know what she was thinking, because Joe will not be able to handle the pressure of a police interview, even one conducted by her own father, because she just volunteered information to him without him even asking. Oh, we should have just stayed in WA. I could have smacked her.
Same. I think I might have thrown my arms in the air. I thought,
because he was saying to Newman, where did you go? Where have you been? Where did you go? And he was like, I can't tell you. And then Joe's just like, oh, this is such a pain. We should have just stayed in WA. And I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Oh, she didn't even realise that she'd done it either. She just walked off. It's like, you stupid cow.
Yeah. Well, then this will send Sarge off to WA while Brax is right under his bleeding nose.
Well, that'd be hilarious. I've just been thinking about what you said. About you saying like Cash is taking it in his stride now. And I've just been thinking he has been here before, so it could be that. But also the thing that everyone else is forgetting, he's got $1 million in his bank account that Remy hasn't asked for it back yet. So he's probably not caring whether he's got a job or not, because
that's true.
He's got backup doll.
Yeah. If you financially don't need to work, what's he messing about for? Sack me.
What's the point? Yeah.
What's he got to lose? Absolutely.
I'm a millionaire with a uniform. What's that about?
Well, Cash is ultimately taken into remand, isn't he? And
no, not Cash. Not Cash. Tane.
I'm getting. Oh God!
Don't take Cash away. Did you notice? This might be me being really weird. Everybody involved in this case this week, the YCPD prison uniform is that like they had. Tane was wearing it behind the bars. That kind of dark green get-up that they wear. Did you notice when we were in WA at the beginning of the week, Brax was wearing a dark green shirt. When Cash was talking to Tane through the bars, Tane was wearing the prison green, and Cash was wearing a green shirt. And then later on in the week, Sarge was in Salt having a drink with Lacey, and he was wearing a green shirt.
Now
there was prison green all the way through this whole week. It was weird.
So what are you saying? What does this mean?
I don't know, but it's just interesting that Tane, Cash...
Is he going to prison? Are we being given clues?
Well, Tane, Cash, Brax and David were all wearing prison colours this week. I just thought
Are they all going?
I just thought it was interesting. Because I've never seen so much green in 1 week.
Imagine them all, on the wing. I'd watch it.
I'd love it.
Are we getting a spin-off? Is anything?
I would love that. Let's do a late night one-off like we used to.
Yeah.
You like the whole blood and sand stuff from back in the day, and Eye for an Eye. Hey, let's do that.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's do that. I just thought it was
Home and Away, G-Wing.
I didn't know whether it was meant to be symbolic of anything. So I was like, why are they all wearing this prison green colour this week? Are they all just wearing the same shirt and they've just passed it round? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Do you know what? Let's where's my book? We could just be running with something madness because we're at the end of the day, we are us, but well spotted. Right.
It was just weird because it was the start of the week. Brax was wearing the shirt, then Cash was wearing the shirt, then David was wearing the shirt, and then Tane was wearing the t-shirt in the same colour. And I was like, this has got to be more than a coincidence.
And it is that green shade of green, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that dark sort of, I don't know what it's called, like mallard kind of green, isn't it? Yeah.
Now, news gets around quickly that Tane isn't coming home, doesn't it?
Not to Harper, though.
And, well, where has Harper been this week, actually, now you mention her?
Yeah.
Where is she?
And did he came home to see his kid, and Harper and the kid have not been to visit him. Mac has. Joe has.
Oh, my God, yeah. That's a massive oversight, isn't it?
Where's Harper?
Let me put that in the book and all. Where the hell's Harper? But I tell you, Mac is absolutely fuming when she sees Joe walk in for a coffee. She's like, what the hell are you doing? I sent you on the run forever, never to be seen again. So, well, we're back and he's going inside and this is that. She's absolutely livid, isn't she? And of course, first thing on her mind is, oh, I'm in trouble. Second thing on her mind is, oh, my unrequited love for this demigod man, I'm worried about him because let's face it, she's in love with him. There's no other way I can say it, right? Yeah. He's the one that got away, isn't he? Let's face it. And she's worrying to high heaven about this now. Levi, who she's supposed to love, and she's now expecting his child, is like, obviously we know he's very deeply unhappy about this. It's jeopardizing their entire future. They've just gone through all that crap with IVF, and now she could end up having this baby in prison, which, let's face it, me and you are imploring to happen. He basically stops her from charging down to the cop shop, doesn't he? Right, to get more involved. He's like, you need to let this go. If you've any chance of getting away with this, you need to stay away, keep your head down, keep away from it. And you just know, don't you, that she's going to struggle to do that. You just know it. And the next thing we know, she's back on the phone to dear old Dean. This is driving me nuts. Dean's just, ring him up, do what you want. And she's all, I need you to find out some dirt on this dealer. They call him Uncle Fred. And I was like, I'll start on Google, Uncle Fred.
I did have to, you texted me a warning about that in the morning.
I thought it was just so funny.
And then they kept putting it in the recap at the beginning of the episode, and every time she said it, I was like, oh, I'm laughing. Yeah,
I just wasn't expecting it.
She was like, yeah, so we need to track this man down. Yeah. They call him Uncle Fred. I was like, you can't say that without laughing because it's not a nickname. It's like, you know what I mean? It's not like his gang name. It's
If I had to film that line with like a room full of like cameras and people, I'd just be creased. Absolutely creased.
They call him Uncle Fred. But you did when you were a kid, like everybody that was friends with your parents, you called them Uncle or Auntie, didn't you? It wasn't like their street name. You know what I mean? I can just imagine someone Googling my Auntie Maureen, you know what I mean? Like,
your auntie that's not your auntie.
They call her Auntie Maureen. No. It's too funny. I was crying.
Do you think Dean will find her, Kerry and Fred?
I think something's got to happen, hasn't it? Because as I've been saying to you for ages, I just don't see them getting rid of Tane long term. He's in remand right now. The court date's been pushed back. Arguably, we've got time to, which is what we should have done in the first place. Anyway, we should have just gone to court, pleaded innocent, not guilty, whatever, and
then go to trial, go in remand.
Yeah, and then if we lose the trial, then we go into prison. But it's not the end of it because we're not pled guilty. I've not admitted it. We've got time to lodge an appeal, to find the evidence, blah, blah, blah. That's what I would have done, but soap, going to make it more dramatic. So right now, we've been told the court case has been moved back. You're in remand until whenever, unknown date. We've got time to look, which is what we should have been doing in the first place. So I don't know about you. I don't think Tane is going to be in prison for the drugs charge indefinitely, because that's going to be years.
You think it's just going to be the run-in? Yeah, which will be like 6 months or whatever.
Yeah, it's going to... Well, so he's on suspended sentence for the baby kidnap, which was, as long as you don't mess up again, love, you're not going to go into prison. You got away with this, essentially. Oh, lo and behold, he has messed up again, because now he's skipped bail. So the suspended sentence is kicked in now, so he's gone to prison. He's also skipped bail, which is a criminal offence. So he's in prison already for 2 things. I don't then see him going to prison for the drug charge. I think they've got to find a way to get him off this, because otherwise he's there for a long time. You know, like we could maybe miss him for 6 months if he goes off to do a film or something, off camera.
Yeah, you're right. And if you just, I mean, it could even be, his time has started now. It could even be that by the time this is all ironed out, he's served enough. Yeah,
they do that sometimes. They go like, you've been in remand for God knows how long and managed to keep your nose clean once you got to prison. So you've served your sentence, essentially. Like, I don't know. I don't know how long we're supposed to get for just the suspended sentence being broken and just the bail. I don't know how long that equates to. We've not actually been told, have we? So, yeah, I don't know. It could be that, though. It could be like you've served your time already and you're free to walk. Or it could be you've got 6 months sentence. You've already done 3 months by the time it's got to trial. So you've got 3 months to go. So keep your nose clean.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Then the actor has a couple of months off, and then
because we know that Ethan does other stuff as well. He does films, doesn't he, outside of Home and Away? So he could be legitimately going off to do something else, like on a break, and then coming back to filming later on. But I don't know. I just don't see him getting the book thrown at him. We've got to have a resolution of this drug charge, because I don't see him going to prison. Do you, for that?
No, same. Not for any length of time, anyway.
No.
Unless, like the good old days, we're filming him at the prison. Like you still film him. We're visiting him, or if it's all sort of woven in with the River Boys now, isn't it? Brax is around, so who does Brax know? Are
they going to end up in the cell next to each other?
Well, this is it, and Brax knows people inside, outside.
USA.
There is legs here that it could go to if that's how we go.
Yes, you're right.
We haven't really done that since the Braxton days, really. Colby, we did a bit of it, didn't we? Colby, when he went in.
It was Colby, and then recently
Dean.
Tex was in prison for a bit, and we went to visit because I remember Tex in the green t-shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Same. Yeah, I can see it vividly.
Because do you remember
happened?
Tex broke out of prison. Do you remember?
Yeah,
he did a prison break,
right.
and they Cash caught him I can't remember who else.
That's right. Yeah, on that weird biker. Yeah.
Like biker farm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't forget. It did something weird to us, that whole era. Actually, we've done it quite a lot, so yeah, very much. I mean, we're probably going to be doing that then. Ignore everything I just said.
I'm not mad. Like, if we have, because like I kind of want to see Tane in prison. I kind of think he deserves to be there, to be honest. Not for the drug thing, but everything else. It's like, it's nice to see something finally catch up with him. You know what I mean? And he's in prison, so I wouldn't hate a little prison stint every now and again. Going, Harper turning up with Archie saying, "Oh, I'm still trying to look for Uncle Fred, and no one's found him by Googling Uncle Fred." You know what I mean? I wouldn't hate that. It'd be quite funny. So.
And you know what? They could make this really dramatic. We could see the trial. It could go on. And there are, like I say, there are legs it could take if that's the way they want to do it.
Yeah.
And that, let's face it, that's more interesting.
Yes.
Even though he's on screen.
Yeah.
But back over in WA at the start of the week, aren't we, as well? And Casey's getting told off again. As Brax is anxiously waiting for this phone call from Cash. You'll remember he asked Cash to check on his charges, didn't he? Did Brax. And Brax has been... sorry, I'm getting everyone's names mixed up this week. I think you can tell I've had a long week. Cash back in the bay, unbeknownst to Brax. He's busy, isn't he? He's got a lot on his plate. He's getting absolutely, annihilated by Sarge at that moment. So Brax is getting a little impatient. He eventually does hear, doesn't he? Because Cash has to make this wee phone call to his old chums that got dispersed to Reefton Lakes when when Mangrove River was closed down. And basically all turns out that the case is still open. He's technically still wanted for absconding, isn't he? But nothing's really been ratified at the time, so it's all a bit of a grey area. Conveniently, now we want to get the character back. And yeah, basically, we're not really sure. Best thing that Brax thinks to do is to come back and speak to the police force that's got his case, where the jurisdiction is. He runs it by Ricky, who's like weighing it up. Like, we've got two options here. They both sound pretty bad. We go back and it could all blow up. You could be gone and that's it. We're done. Or we stay here and never know. Do you think they made the right choice?
I think they probably have made the right choice. I just don't think the timing of it has been thought out very well. Which I guess has been done on purpose for dramatic effects, and it's just frustrating for the fans at home, because you're sitting here going, "This was premature, surely." Like, you could have had another couple of phone calls with Cash before you decided to just abscond to the other side of the country and just turn up. You know what I mean? They didn't really they just got to the bay and then went, "Oh, now what?" They didn't, and they've been waiting so long. It didn't need to be right now, but he's obviously got itchy feet and needed to. And the storyline is going to be more interesting if there's some peril, I guess, isn't there?
Yeah. Well, poor Casey's having a holiday from hell, isn't he? He's not even allowed in the pool.
And they keep saying, "Go to your room," and I'm like, "It's not even his room. There's nothing in there."
I bet you hear me, don't you? Every time.
I do. Go play with the snake. Just go play with the snake. I feel really bad for the kid. I'm like, Tane's house, out of all the houses, is probably the most boring house because there's just nothing in it. Like, it's just full of protein powder and, muscle vests.
Yeah, does it even have a telly?
I don't think it does. It definitely doesn't have, like, any Xbox, or do you know what I mean? Like, at least Justin's house has got guitars and Xboxes and things like that. But I think, Tane's is just cooked chicken, protein powder, and muscle vests. It's so boring. Like, there's nothing to do there for a kid. And that pool is disgusting. Like, it's green. People have died in it. Like, it's not it. It's not a holiday, this.
No. I mean, obviously they've had to tell him that, haven't they?
Yeah.
What did you make of the sort of arrival scenes, the shots of them arriving on the beach, and he puts his feet in the sand and he looks out? I actually thought we might have even had a montage then. I was montage braced
Oh, that would
for
have been
like
good.
him and the boys when they used to do their little ceremonies in the water.
Yes.
Because they're a surf gang, aren't they? And they used to go down there and get in together.
That would have been good. I would have liked a little montage of them. That would have been
mm.
good. I liked it. The only thing I was kind of like ruined the moment for me was they kept saying we've got to keep hiding. We don't let anyone see us. We've got to be careful. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And then they're just walking around by the surf club.
I know.
Because you and I know where that bit of sand is, and it's right by the surf club. Like it's only like to the left, I think, of the surf club, and then down the way. I was like, anybody could see them there. Like it's not a secluded little beach, that no one ever goes to. It's the middle of Palm Beach.
yeah. If you need to keep a low profile, it's the last place you're gonna go.
And he hadn't even got his hat on or anything. It's like just put a baseball cap on or something. But no, just walk out blazing. Like, and I know there's not many people left in the bay now that would recognise him. It's basically Leah and John, and I can't think who else would know who he was. But even so, like that's not far from where the coffee cart is.
No, that's true.
John Palmer works in the surf club. Alf's around normally. He might be away this week.
Marilyn will be tottering around somewhere.
True. Like there's about 4 people that might know who he is, and they all kind of work near where that was.
I know. I think because in the script as well, they sort of there are throwaway lines out like, I wonder if any of the old gang are around still, and things like that. So I think we need to assume that they have made the very terrible judgment that everyone will have gone.
Yes.
And that they're probably not going to get noticed. And that becomes apparent when they're obviously hiding out at the house. It's very weird being in a staking out across the road from your old house. And John gets involved, and he's like, "Who's this coming in and out? Getting in the car and all that stuff, isn't he?" And at first, you're like, did he recognise them? And it doesn't. I don't think he did he? But
he didn't see them, did he? But
no,
he
Ricky does say like, but Ricky does say, doesn't she? Oh, Palmer's still around, so I mean, he will definitely. He being their neighbour had absolute run-ins with him constantly, didn't he?
But he lived there when they lived there, didn't he? So they know that was John Palmer's house. This is what I don't. This is where the kind of the holes in the storyline don't make sense. So at some point, Brax has had a conversation with Cash. We haven't heard this because it's all kind of being told by people on screen that this has all happened before, and we don't know about it. So Brax is like, saying lots of things like, we're expecting Cash to be here. I spoke to Cash on the phone and he said he was going to do all this. So we're supposed to have believed that he's spoken to Cash. Cash has organised this. Cash has organised the house he was living. The minute Cash gave him the address, like if you're giving someone an address, you'd be like, oh, it's so-and-so road. Do you know it? And he'd be like, oh, yeah, I used to live there. Oh, really? What number did you live at? Oh, I lived at number 55. Oh, I live at number 55. Oh, is John Palmer still at number 57? Yes, John Palmer still at number 57. Like, but are we supposed to believe they had no conversation about this at all?
Yeah,
it's
I believe
weird.
So.
It's so weird.
It's very strange, yeah. Saxon Avenue,
yeah. But then is that why we've not seen the conversation? We didn't see any of that, did we? So is that why? Because we don't know what was said and what was not said. So now it's believable that, because we didn't see it, we don't know what conversation they had and what. I don't know.
I mean, that's definitely a theory, and if you want to go with that, if it makes you sleep.
I think maybe I'm just too nosy because, like, if you said to me, like, "Oh, I've got you a house and it's on such and such a road," and I went, "Oh, I used to live there," then I think you and I would go, "Oh yeah, which one did you used to live at?" "Oh, I lived at number so and so." "Oh, is so and so still there?"
Of course you would.
"Is Mrs. So and so the curtain twitcher still across the road?" "Yes, she is." You know what I mean? Like, we'd have that conversation.
Yeah, of course you would.
But it's Brax and Cash. Maybe they just grunted at each other. I had no idea.
Maybe. Again, I'd pay to see it.
Oh God, same.
Pay to see it.
Oh yeah.
Now, because Tane's house is so boring, right, and the only thing there is ice cream,
And that's only because
that-
Joe bought it, not because Tane's got it in. You know.
little Casey's in the doghouse again,
Mm.
and he's staring out the window, and everyone's ignoring him. And he actually sees Remy outside having a bit of a funny old turn, doesn't he?
Mm.
And he's trying to get the attention, and he's being ignored, and he's being neglected. It's actually child neglect, actually. I know we've been taking the piss out of this for weeks, but like,
I feel bad for him.
I do. I think, the guy's going to rebel at some point, and good on him.
Yes.
Join the gang.
He's going to become a cop. The first River Boy's son to be a copper. I bet you. Yeah.
It sounds like he doesn't even really know his own family's history.
No.
He's got an uncle that he doesn't really know things, and they're sort of having to explain to him as they go about this place what it is, what's happening, and it's weird. And maybe they'll use him as a vehicle to sort of reminisce with us, the audience, maybe. But they need to get a move on with it. But it's a bit odd to me that he's got to that age, and he, I'm thinking, how much does he know about his name and where it comes from and how that happened?
Nothing.
And
It doesn't mean squat where he lives. It doesn't mean squat in WA, does it? River Boys doesn't mean anything.
If you were named after your dead uncle,
Mm.
you'd think that might be explained to you, like you were named in memory of.
Yeah, but you don't have to say, oh yeah, and your uncle was in a criminal gang called the River Boys. You'd leave that bit out.
I'm not sure I would.
Well, how old is he? Like 10?
Yeah, but he's gonna you're telling me he's never explained his tattoos?
No, I don't think so. You wouldn't, because it doesn't. His tattoos don't mean anything where they live. So Brax can take his shirt off and walk around WA, and only Cash, who happens to be there on that day, would know what they meant. Nobody's going to look at Brax and go, "Oh, he's a river boy," because Mangrove River is a tiny place on the other side of the country that no one gives a shit about from there.
But do you think, like growing up, like little Casey might have said, "Oh, what does that mean, Daddy?"
Probably, but you wouldn't tell him the truth. You wouldn't be like, I was in a gang. I was in a surf gang, criminal gang. You wouldn't tell a 10-year-old that, because he
I would.
No, because he's meant to be on the run.
That's true. He's on the run. Yeah, I think this is what my problem is. I'm not really appreciating that they're in hiding. Am I?
No, they're not telling anybody who they are. They're not.
Yeah, I need to get my head around that.
That gang of people that work for Brax, they're probably a bunch of wrong-uns. You know what I mean? That have probably got all dodgy IDs. They're not legitimate cowboys.
That's true.
Farmers. But little Casey probably thinks they are, because he has led such a sheltered life. He's lived in the middle of nowhere on that farm. I don't even know if he goes to school or whether he's homeschooled or whatever. Like, he doesn't know anything. He's lived in this tiny little world. He can't even imagine a place like Mangrove River. He's never seen one. They're not going to have told him, because the little kids, you can't trust them. They tell everybody everything. So if his dad, if Brax said to him, "Oh, I was in a gang back in the day and we all have these tats and we used to do loads of criminal activity and blah, blah, blah," the first thing Casey would do is go to school and go, "My dad's harder than your dad because my dad's in a gang and he's on the run from the cops and he got framed for murder." He would spill all of that to the nearest person that spoke to him, because kids can't hold their water in at all.
That's true. You are right.
They can't.
I think I'm forgetting. I'm just going off my knowledge. I think I'm forgetting what kind of upbringing he's probably had. And actually, listening to you explain it to me this way is making me appreciate why Brax has decided to do this, actually. Because if I'm actually now getting more on, you've convinced me to get on board more, because, he needs to clear his name, really. They can't really go on like this,
Because what kind of life is Casey going to have when he's old enough to realise? Because one day they're going to have to sit him down and say, "You had a weird childhood where you lived on a farm and didn't talk to anybody apart from 12 random guys that you only know by nicknames."
But he's got like uncles and aunties and cousins, and he's got all this like stuff that enriches your life. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But he doesn't know any better right now. He won't realise this until he's managed to find his way in the world and speaks to someone that's actually had a normal childhood.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, definitely. Well, he sees Remy having this funny turn. He's in trouble. No one's listening to him. So he runs out of the house, try and help him. I mean, he's just reacting, isn't he? He's just got, someone's hurt. I need to go and help them. And he ends up out on the cul-de-sac, doesn't he? And of course, at the same time, John comes out, must have seen the same from his house. And he's very thankful. He lifts him up and all the rest of it. And John says, "What's your name?" And he just sort of freezes because he realizes he's now out in the public and he's been told off enough about going out and making it. So he just legs it without saying anything. Which raises suspicion in John, as First Look said last week, that got us tittering away. So,
he's gross suspicious.
Yes, John. Oh, that was it. He was grown.
Gross suspicious. Yes.
So John's grown, and he's like, right, who's over there in the house, isn't he? And he's trying to get to the bottom of this. This becomes John's obsession. He needs to know. I mean, he is neighborhood watch. Do you know what I mean? So he wants to. Who's in Tane's house, basically? And he goes to knock on. They don't answer. He sees the flip flops. He's seen the car. He knows there's someone there. He didn't come down in my last shower, doll. Yeah. He actually, when Cash finds himself back in town, he actually confronts Cash about it. He confronts Eden about it. All who know who's there. Yeah. And are covering up. Now, it's quite funny because Eden and Cash, I don't think, Eden especially wouldn't know, but Cash isn't appreciating the history. Just what you've explained, they've not joined the dots, have they, about the street, the location, the small town. John's lived there forever. I don't know why no one's joining the dots, but they haven't. So Cash has this cock and bull story about real estate agents. Right. John's not buying a word of it, is he? So John has gone on proper, like, I'm going to uncover this mode, hasn't he?
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, that moment when he sees who it is.
I'm dying for this moment. I really thought it was going to happen on Friday because he was looking through the blinds at one point and I was like, I would just die if Cash opened the front door and went, "What do you want, Palmer?"
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And you're right. Like, they've sat around in this house for days when they could have been getting sorted. I mean, Brax has been hilarious. I forget how sarcastic he is. Like when he finds out that Joe's daughter of a cop, and he's like, "Oh, yeah, sweet. I'm not going to say anything, though. Yeah, sweet. Yeah, good. Yeah, sweet." I'm like, I forgot about this side to him.
This is what I like, because this is my favourite kind of humour, is like the sarcasm thing, and Cash does this really well when he gets the lines as well, and it just floors me. I find it hilarious. And to a point, Sarge does as well, but I don't think a lot of people.
I don't think I'm getting it.
No, Sarge is very sarcastic, and I love it. I can't. It's my favourite type of humour. That kind of dry. I don't know. It just gets me. It just makes me like, because I can't do that kind of humor because I just laugh before I've even said the joke. You know what I mean? I can't do dry. Like what's his name? What's his name? The really funny guy that does, the program where you can't. They're all comedians and they can't laugh.
Last one laughing.
Yes, and what's the guy that always does really well on that? Called Bob Mortimer.
Bob Mortimer. Yeah.
Like, his sense of humour is hilarious to me because I can't do that. Like, I can't tell a joke with a straight face. And people that can, they absolutely kill me. I don't know why, but yeah. That kind of dry, sarcastic. This
we'll
isn't
agree
funny.
to disagree about Sarge.
Honestly, it's hilarious. You'll get there one day. I know you will. I don't
think I will.
You will.
I can't see it.
In about a year, you're going to be like, yeah, you were right. He's hilarious.
Put a pin in this conversation. So, Brax and his funny sarcasm is so because he's flapping a bit, isn't he?
Oh yeah, you would
like
be.
more and more people are sort of popping around, and Cash isn't there. He's come all this way, and he's like, "What am I doing? What you're sort of in limbo, aren't you?"
Yeah.
So it sounds like Ricky's told him to ring the old lawyer we used to use. Make it happen yourself. And I'm thinking, yeah, why are you sitting here like a duck?
I'd have done that from WA though. He had a bloody phone.
I know. I
don't want to hate on this storyline because I love the fact that Brax is there, and I love the fact that we're getting Brax and Cash storylines. I'm loving it, but there are so many little holes that I can pick at, and it was just that, like the Tane thing, the plan was not thought out. Like Tane running off WA was not thought out. And he got there and went, oh shit, this was a mistake. And Brax has done the same thing. He's run off to Summer Bay and then got there and gone, oh shit, this was a mistake. Because he's not thought it through. They've made the same mistake, just the opposite way round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite funny though.
It is funny.
Quite funny in the end.
Oh dear.
So we'll find out next week, hopefully, if he manages to meet Cash and sort anything out, really. But they've been spooked by the Johns sighting and sort of gone out for the day. So we'll see what happens. But at the moment, the hiding out at Tane's Gap is not going very well. It looks like in the trailer as well, John tries to report intruders something officially.
Squatters.
Can't blame him for not buying Cash's lies because they were awful.
They were awful. You just say, yes, John, it's none of your business. There are people there and it's none of your business. It's not your house.
Yeah.
It's none of your business.
Yeah. Rack off.
Oh,
speaking of sort of John and awful, what do you make about this? I mean, there's not too much on this, but what do you make about this whole changing the locks on the garage?
Bit weird, this. Bit weird. All I can think of, and it's a bit out of the old left field, so it's not. I should probably preface this or whatever you say with this is not fact, just an opinion, just my opinion. Have we lost? Because I think the garage set is a genuine business that belongs to someone, and they just get allowed.
It's a location somewhere, isn't it?
I don't think it's a set. I think it's a genuine place that they're allowed to film in, like the outside of Summer Bay House is someone's house. I think this is a genuine garage that someone owns. Have we lost the ability to film there? Has that garage been closed down? Has the business been sold to someone else?
Yeah.
Is it not a garage anymore? Therefore, we've got nowhere to film anymore. So we've got to put in the storyline that, because let's face it, we've not seen the garage for ages. Yeah. And it would make sense for it to be there to be a reason for that, is that the garage does not exist in its current state anymore because we can't film there. I don't know. I'm just, like I say, not fact, just me going.
Yeah, it's just a theory. Yeah. I was actually thinking the same thing. I felt like this just was so random that it felt like it was a means to an end rather than a genuine story, a storyline that was going to unravel and have something to it. It felt like a how do we solve a problem? Yes. I know, let's do this. That's what it came across as. We obviously could be talking out of our posteriors.
Yeah, probably.
But it's just so odd and it's so sudden, and it's like, how do we solve a problem? We'll do this. Yeah. And then it's been explained backwards. So then John has gone, oh, it happened while I was overseas. So that's why that's why we've not been to the garage in a while, that kind of thing. And then you're like, right. But then between then and now, you've come home, you've undergone some home renovations that would have cost money. And at no point have you sort of opened up to Justin, one of your long-running friends, about inspections on the building or anything. It's never even been mentioned. So the fact that it's sort of happened and then was sort of backtracked to try and fit it into everything tells me it's a circumstance issue that's happened later on down the line. I think.
Yeah.
You're right.
There's got to be a storyline coming up where we've got to go to a garage and it can't be the same place. And now we're having to explain it now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're right. And we know that the filming of the show is not in sequence. So these scenes where he's living with Leah and Justin and he's going through his home reno, they could have been weeks before they filmed the scenes where he was explaining about the building being condemned and the garage no longer being there. So at the time when they wrote that bit about, you know, him moving in with Leah and Justin, maybe we didn't know about this.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
And after the fact, they've then gone, no, you can't use it anymore. And you're like, oh well, we've got it in the story.
Yeah,
you
so
know?
we need like a quick scene where John explains, the building's been condemned and I've been overwhelmed and I've just ignored it. And in the meantime, they've just gone and shut the garage or whatever, you know.
I bet it happens more than we notice.
Probably.
This kind of thing.
Yes.
I really do.
Yeah, I bet.
But yeah, it's unique, this soap, in that it doesn't have a purpose-built outdoor set on a lot. Do you know what I mean? Like it's you know, obviously it's filmed in studio interior, but exterior is all entirely on location. So you're then at the you're at the mercy of those locations, aren't you? At the end of the day,
yeah, of course. There's real people living in the houses, and there's real businesses. You know, like the garage. I think the garage is a real business set.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a film set.
Yeah. So, and it feels like something's happened to that access, doesn't it? But yeah, I mean, I suppose it's a good thing that it doesn't have a lot on a back lot somewhere, because part of the selling point of the show is the location. You talk about all the time that the location is a character in itself. And that's a unique selling point. But you know, I suppose with that comes this kind of downfall, really. So he's been awful to him.
It'd be interesting to see, because either the garage is going to look completely different because it's had a renovation in real life and we've had to explain it. Like maybe the owner of the garage has completely done it over, you know what I mean? And then they've had to go, we've had to do some changes. I don't know.
Or now, like Justin might have to go and look for another garage.
Exactly. He's going to have to find new premises, which means we've got a new place to film. I think there's something we're going to see. The garage is going to come back, but it's going to look different. And they're warning us, I think, is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think you're right. Another favourite story of yours this week, I think, might have grabbed your attention, especially Soph. Marley sneaking out the house early, isn't he, this week, and avoiding Ab. She catches up to him, and basically they're both in agreement that they're fed up of arguing all the time. Something we said around.
Hallelujah.
Yes, finally you've noticed. And Ab says some quite, I applaud her for some of the things she said to him. I'm allowed an opinion, you know, and it has felt lately that whatever she attempts to do, or whenever she tries to explain herself, he just won't listen to her. And I don't think he's allowed her that. It has been Marley's way or the highway, which is how she puts it. And that's ultimately. And I hope at some point he does accept his responsibility in that, because, just saying we're done, we're arguing all the time, isn't understanding the other person, is it really? No. And when you're in a partnership like that, there is an element of you needing to see another person's point of view, and it is easier sometimes and harder others, because you do have your own feelings about things. But that's the joy of a relationship. It's being able to understand somebody else's feelings about it and reaction. And these two just don't seem capable of doing it.
No.
And eventually, when they do sit down about it, they have this chat, don't they? And they're over. They've grown up. They're different people. It's not working. They're both miserable. They've split up. And I think I heard you celebrating from here.
Yeah, it was a combination of woohoo and oh well, how sad. Never mind.
Well, why be sad? They don't seem to be. In work the
Well,
next day.
Abs did look a bit crushed, bless her. I think in the long run she'll realise that this was the best thing for her, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like they did have that conversation. She was like, I'm allowed to have an opinion. And I think she didn't go far enough as to say, and it's allowed for my opinion to be different from yours. Like I don't have to agree on everything with you. And he just seems to, and this seems to be a pattern with Marley. Like it was the same with Rose. If they disagreed, he would just go in a mood until the other person, he was never going to back down from his opinion. So it was just like either the other person backs down and agrees with him, or they break up. And that's just not how you do stuff. Like as an adult, it's just not how you do conflict resolution.
No. Well, this is how you end up alone. This is how you end up with relationships that fail all the time, and it's not having that ability to be introspective and be like, what do I need to change?
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And I'll hold my hands up with Marley. He needs to do a bit of that.
He does.
You know,
I think he needs to be alone for a bit. He needs to understand who he is, what he really wants. Not just keep jumping into a relationship with people that are not compatible for him. He needs to just, because he ends up being like, he's done it twice now. He's in a relationship with someone who he ends up hating, and then he does this thing in both relationships that he's had so far that we've seen, where he hates them so much he kind of treats them like absolute crap until they get to breaking point, and then he says he's at breaking point, and then he ends the relationship. Because he's so horrible to them. He's almost wants them to do it for them, and then he ends up having to do it himself.
Yeah.
It drives me up the wall. It's like, you need to just go away and work on yourself, love.
Yeah, he does. And actually, what he could do with is like, even if he just played the field a bit, and he had a bit of taste of his own medicine. I think he needs to learn sort of the hard way a little bit when it comes to women.
Yes.
However, what I think is going to happen is that. Sorry, you don't even want me to say it, do you?
Well, I do think I do think the reason why he's so mad at Abby is because she's not lazy.
Yeah, and I also think that is the reason why Abby and Lacey are suddenly besties.
Yeah, exactly.
With all these scenes, girl power,
hugging.
I'll help you with the coastal news. We'll conquer the world together, and I think it's going to be sleeping with her ex.
I just don't think Lacey would go there, but I could be wrong. The thing is with Marley is that this is horrible, but Lacey is vulnerable right now. And he's kind of the guy that goes, oh, she's vulnerable, I can sweep in there and take advantage of that. I don't think
suppose if you compare it to Abs, then
I feel like I don't want to be horrible, but I think he's that guy that just goes like, he feels like on some level he's the white knight going in and rescuing.
A fixer.
But it's not. If you turn it on its head, it's a bit like her shields are down. She's vulnerable. She's going to allow you to come in. And if she wasn't, she wouldn't have a bar of you. Because I don't think Lacey and Marley are compatible, and I don't think Lacey would go for Marley. But I think because Lacey's been through so much trauma recently, and he's been a friend as far as she's concerned, he could probably get his end away with her because. Ugh, I don't know. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong.
It does. It's got this tinge to it, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But I am worried that's where we're going. And I know I'm going to hate the whole thing.
I know.
I'm warning you, sorry.
I'm going to hate it too, because I don't want this for Lacey. I think Lacey, she, bless her, she just needs a really good friend right now. She's been through so much over the last 12 months. She needs a stable environment where her dad and her sister are not crap, and somebody, because that's the other thing is that unfortunately, for whatever reason, her dad and her sister are really not very good to her. They're not very supportive. They're supportive on the surface, but when it actually matters, the both of them abandon her consistently. And I think because of that, potentially she's got those family issues as well, and she is a lone wolf and all that sort of stuff. It's another reason for someone like Marley to come in and take advantage of her while, and then she could be like, oh, this guy's different, this guy will look after me, this guy understands me. And it's not that, it's just I don't know, I just feel a bit weird about the whole thing.
It's icky. It's icky. And hopefully we're way off the mark. I feel like we're on the money though. So I do.
It's the soap storyline, isn't it? This is
the
classic.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Dump
Love
one for the other. And I honestly don't. And I'm looking at Marley and Abs, and I'm like, I don't see why he's so mad at her. Yes, she made some like poor decisions in terms of contacting the Coastal News, and yes, people told her not to, and blah blah blah. She went steaming ahead, and Marley told her it was a bad idea, and she went and did it anyway. I get it, but it's not really something that you fall out of love with someone over. No. And I don't think it is about that. I think the only reason he's mad at Abs really is that he just feels guilty that he's got all these feelings for Lacey, and he doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. And he isn't a woman. I think he's also a big part of it. Yeah. And he doesn't really understand what it's like to be in this world as a woman. And I think he doesn't have that understanding on that level.
He doesn't, but he does. The thing that just disappoints me is that we know his background. We know that he has got a background of being discriminated against, particularly by cops and that kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
He does understand people assuming things about him when they're not true.
Yeah.
So he should have some empathy on that level, but he doesn't seem to have it.
It is disappointing.
Yeah.
We've just got time to visit Sonny, I think, before the end of the episode.
Oh,
and
is it okay to talk about Sonny when I've had a glass of wine?
I don't know. This week, Sonny, he's got muscle movement. Dr. Swan's detected it. And we
didn't see that test, doll.
No, and we all wanted to. Let me tell you. Tickets are on sale for his Irish tour, by the way.
Oh yes. Where are we going?
Well, it's like the 1st of August or something. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We're not going.
Busy old time.
Yeah.
Apparently it's coming to London now. I'll have to keep your eyes peeled. Now, Dana attempts a bit of her own tests on this muscle movement, doesn't she? A bit of closeness during their exercises, and she does a little slip of the hand. And I'll try and get through this as clean as possible. It all gets a bit weird, doesn't it? Because he stops it. He pours cold water on the whole thing, and Dana leaves. And basically, when she's back the next day, all ready to get to the physio again, he's like pushing her away again, isn't he? And she's like, "You can't keep doing this to me, If you're not ready for that kind of thing, that's fine." But and he tries to explain it as like, am I enough for you? Like, can I give you what you need? And I felt like she could have been a little bit better at reassuring him at that point that shouldn't really be on their mind. However, they both seem to not be able to keep their hands off each other and want to rip each other's clothes off the entire week, don't they? And it is absolutely littered with innuendo. The things they're saying to each other. I was like, who's written this? It's filth.
It was the Remy and Sonny chat that was filthy for me, but there we go.
Yeah, did he say you've been giving yourself head?
It was something like, have you given yourself a head or something? And I was like, pardon me? Excuse me?
And we're blaming it on the aphasia.
And then there was like a pause where they both looked at each other and went, sorry. Like, no, that's not what I meant. But we know what know what they were thinking in that moment.
Yeah.
Like he was apologizing because it was inappropriate.
Yeah, and it's like a game of chicken with the writers, isn't it? Like, oh, can we get away with this? How much can we get away with? Because Remy's got this sort of thing where he muddles his words right now.
Yeah.
And make it sound like something else. It was funny. It
And
was really funny.
To pardon the pun, keep it coming. Because I liked it.
Well, Sonny doesn't seem to think he's able to, Dal.
Okay. I'm having some problems with the storyline, and maybe it's because I don't have the anatomy. And I don't know. Right. I surveyed.
Oh, don't ask me.
I surveyed my household.
Right. Our survey says.
Our survey was interesting. So, I obviously do not own a male genital. A peen. Yeah. What can we say on the podcast that's not rude? I don't know. I don't have any male anatomy on my body. But if I'm correct in thinking, like, I know a few guys. I've met a few in my time, and they all seem to be quite obsessed with the extra appendage that they have. So I decided to survey my household because it's full of people that aren't women. And I said, after you've been told you're paralyzed, apart from your legs, what's the second body part that you're worried about not working again? And 100% of my household said the peen. And it was the first thing that they would keep an eye on, especially in the morning. And, to see if there's any feeling or any activities or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
He's been paralysed for a good while now. The train crash was a good while ago. He should have some idea of how the...
He should have attempted a Tommy Tank by now to see if it works.
That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. And
yeah.
Everybody that I surveyed, all one of them, 100% said they would have done that on like day one. Like,
just to see what's going on.
Yeah. And they would definitely know by day 40 or whatever on now whether it was a viable option or not.
But maybe that's why he's like balls are bursting. Like he and Dana are just like really want it, don't they?
Yeah.
Because he hasn't. Yeah.
But
I nearly said the real word.
Is it unusual to like for this long to wait this long just to go? Do you know what? I haven't checked out. I haven't checked out if this thing still does anything.
Well, and then I mean we can go deep. But like, has he seen it in the morning? Maybe perhaps not felt it, but has he seen it? You
would look, wouldn't you? I would look.
Yeah, be in the way.
Yeah, you would look. I think that would be the first thing you'd look at even the day after. Maybe not the day off. But at least, you know what? He was in hospital for ages, wasn't he? In that bed. And at some point during that hospital visit, you'd go, oh, the thing that's happened every day in the morning doesn't happen anymore. Or still does happen, thank God. Or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
all... Yeah,
I don't know.
There's no way, especially, of his age, there's no way he hasn't tried or checked or like been concerned about it.
Yeah.
So I concur with your survey. Accurate. You goved it and everything.
100% of results came back. Yeah.
And Dana is assumed. I mean, is it the same? I mean, the Dana as well. Like, is she just like not either? And like, and then I mean, they clearly have physical attraction and they want to explore that again. They've just got back together and it's that hurdle of their relationship that they want to get back on top of, isn't it? They have that that's part of their life, isn't it, before all this went down. So obviously it's natural to want to get back to that. And he airs his concern, she airs hers, she says you're enough for me, and it seems to work. And then there's this moment, isn't it, sort of like on Friday's episode, and it's like it was getting hot again and he was sort of trepidation. And she does this weird thing where she sneaks in at dawn and it happens, well, we don't. We're not shown whether it's working or not. We'll have to assume it is.
I don't know. It's ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But is that on purpose or not? I don't know.
Well, I don't know, but all we could say is we ended the week on a climax for a change. Or an anticlimax, we'll find out one day.
I'm not sure. I'm still confused. Yes. I don't know.
I mean, if he definitely gave himself head, he would have noticed if it was erect or not. And if he can do that, I'm impressed.
If he does that, why does he need Dana? I'm sorry. Oh,
I don't know. You
God.
definitely need a wheelchair, blimey.
Oh, dear. I did warn you that I may not get through this without being rude. Right, Si, it's time for your say on the bay. God.
My say on the bay. I was running out of air.
I can't do it. I can't do it unless you said that bit. It's not right. Well, kind of. I will let you have your say on the bay, but I also want to hear your say on the bay on other people's say on the bay, if that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, I'm with you.
This is the part of the podcast where we want to hear from you guys listening right now. You've just heard what we think of everything that's happening on the show. Bless you for sticking around. It's probably been an hour and God knows what, listening to us talking. But also we want to hear from you. What do you think about what's happening on Home and Away? So some of you have been filling out our form. So if you go to coastalnewspod.com, navigate your way to the Your Say on the Bay section, there's a form there where you can put your name, you can type all your thoughts about what you think about what's happening on the show right now, and then those will come to us, and we might just read them out next week on Your Say on the Bay. But a few people have done that, which is great. Thank you very much. Before I read those out, though, just a few quick reminders. First of all, we're on social media. We are social media, as John says, by the way. We are Coastal News Podcast at Coastal News Pod on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky. I can't remember anywhere else. All the places. TikTok, that's it. Yes, I always forget that one because I'm not down with the kids. TikTok, everywhere we are there. We also tweet along live. So we watch the show at 6:30 p.m. on 5-Star between Monday and Friday. We watch that the old first look episode, as they used to say, first look page. And we talk to people on X. We use the hashtag HomeAndAwayUK, and we jump on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, between 6:30 and 7. We talk about what's happening on the show currently as we're watching it. Lots of people get involved with that chat, which is really good fun. So if you are around watching the show at that pace, and you want to talk to people that are watching it and you want to share your thoughts, always feel free to jump in. There's quite a few people that join the hashtag chat every night. It's quite good fun. So yeah, don't be shy, just get involved. But if you can't, if you're watching it, watch and stream, as Channel 5 says, if you're watching it on the app at different times, that's absolutely fine. Just go to coastalnewspod.com, fill the form in, and then we'll read your thoughts out, won't we? Easy as that, they say.
Easy squeezy.
We've had a few forms in this week, which is good.
Nice.
Lots of things to talk about. So the first one is Jacob. Where have you been?
Oh, the Wanderer returns, just like Brax.
I wondered whether Jacob would come back because of the Brax storyline, because a lot of people have been sort of popping up since Brax reappeared.
Yeah.
So I was waiting to see if Jacob might be one of the ones that popped up, and he has come back. He says, yo, yo, yo.
Jacob in the house.
Jacob in the house. How are yous? With a Z. I feel like Jacob is way cooler than us, and I can't really talk to him, but there we go. He says, so much has happened since we last spoke. Yes. It's been a while, Jacob. Thanks for remembering us that we exist. We love you. Keep coming back. Tane has gone to the Outback, and Cash and Joe have brought him back. Brax and Tane have followed with their little legend in tow, and Remy has had a life-saving brain operation. Kangaroo has returned, and Lacey has taken a life. He's really recapped the entire show for the last few weeks.
In a nutshell.
It's a lot happening. It's a lot happening. He says, so WA, the location was pretty beautiful. Yes, we agree.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. He says, I'm not sure how many people will be traveling there to take a look, though. I mean, what is there to do exactly? There are a couple of houses, cattle farms, and the surf. No wonder RoboCop or Robert Patrick from Terminator 2 found it super duper easy to track Tane down. Yeah, it's true. I think the show made it look absolutely beautiful. But I will be honest, and I wasn't that bothered about visiting until I saw that Bill Bailey thing the other week.
It was another program, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I was like, actually, it looks really cool, and I would quite like to go. It doesn't look like just a cattle farm and a gorge. There's actually quite a lot of other things there. But it does look beautiful. It just didn't look like, from the show's point of view, it didn't look like somewhere I could spend a week at.
Yeah, all inclusive.
I'm like a city girl, you know what I mean? I like exploring the city and you know, all the stuff that the stuff we did in Sydney was amazing. You know what I mean? Whereas WA looked a bit more country than I would normally go with. From the show's point of view, let's put it that way. But since then, I've found that there are more things to do there than what we got shown, and actually, I would quite like to go. So you don't know till you've been, I guess. Is it just me, or does anyone else think Brax and Ricky could be Ziggy and Justin in another universe? Ziggy and Justin?
Does he mean Dean?
I don't know. They look alike, he says.
Oh, like maybe it's like Justin's like this sort of older, because Brax he's looking a bit older now, isn't he? As you would.
Yeah.
And maybe
I don't get it.
I'm really trying to help you out here, Jacob, but I'm struggling.
I don't personally see it.
Ziggy.
I mean, yeah, Ricky and Ziggy have got the same blonde hair. Apart from that, I think the personalities are very, very different. But you do say they look alike, so that's what you're talking about, looks. I don't think Justin and Brax look very similar. If you meant Justin.
You'll have to write in and elaborate, Jacob, because we're struggling to imagine that one.
Justin's quite a polished looking man, if you know what I mean. He looks quite groomed, and I don't know. Brax is more, for me, he's more kind of rugged and...
Yeah, it's your Aussie bloke, typical...
Yeah, which is more my type, if I'm being honest. So I don't see the resemblance with Justin, but... Don't know. Interesting.
You're going to have to explain it.
It's interesting to see other people's judgments.
Yeah.
Defo. The straight talking doc was pretty cool. I think he means Dr. Swan. And I'm with you.
Who else?
Who else could it be? And I'm with you that she needs to return. Yes. Yeah, I'd love to see her again. She'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm surprised no one gave Brie a call. I'm pretty sure she would have wanted to know about Remy's close to death experience. Yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Do you call the ex of... I mean, he was trying to keep it on the DL, wasn't he? And he wasn't even telling people that he knew in the Bay currently about his situation. So do you tell the ex-girlfriend? I don't know. I don't think you would, really.
I mean, the parents don't even know, do they?
Exactly. He's keeping it on the way DL.
Would she have rushed back as well? I don't know.
Yeah.
Where did she go again? Belgium?
She went to Belgium for the training, and then she was meant to be Doctors Without Borders. She could be anywhere in the world, couldn't she, basically?
Yeah.
It was a 2-week training course, wasn't it? And then...
Oh, she'll be in the war zone. She'll be in the Middle East now. She'll be off grid.
Yeah, she'll be in, like... Where is America targeting right now? Wherever that is. Yeah.
Iran.
Yeah. All of those places.
Yeah.
Israel, Iran, and all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a bit weird, isn't it? Because like they're not together, and he hasn't told some of the people that he probably should have told. So
Yeah, you're right. It's interesting that Jacob's brought Brie up because I'll be honest with you, I forgot all about her.
I've only thought of her simply because she performed an impromptu brain surgery on poor Tim.
Oh yeah. Comparing brain surgeries.
So she has some experience of drilling into people's brains. Yeah.
Well, Dr. Swan's methods of medicine is interesting because she like performed the surgery on the top of his head, and his bandage is like above his left ear.
I But I'm also confused by this. But then when do you remember when she showed us a diagram before the operation? She showed us a diagram, and he was about to back out, and it looked like they were going to have to put a drill in either side of his head to like hold him to the table.
Oh my god!
Like to pin him to the table, and then she was going to operate on the back as well. So I don't know whether he's supposed to have like multiple entry wounds. I don't want to think about it. It makes me feel a bit gaggy.
I've gone, yeah.
But yeah, you're right. She was at the back of his head, but the wound is on the side. I also found that kind of funny. You're right. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the wound scenes were written after the other or before the other one. I don't know.
But if Brie was summoned, I bet she'd have done the right way.
I don't know. It's very funny. Yes. Yeah, not sure about Brie. He says JP playing detective is very funny. Imagine if he joined YCPD, that would be hilarious. Oh wow. Yeah. I can't even. I
think he'd find himself suspended quicker than Gash.
I think him and Sarge, yeah.
Oh god.
I would pay to see it, I'll be honest. It would crack me up, but I don't know. I can't see that working long term.
No.
Yes. He says, I'm unsure how long I have until you start recording the pod, so I feel I should have sent to you by now. Have a Bonza weekend, both of you. Well, you just about made it, Jacob, don't
you
worry.
You made it. Yes, you made it.
Yes.
Nice to hear from you.
Good to hear from you, and have a Bonza weekend yourself. Defo, enjoy. And next up, we've got Sam, regular contributor Sam. Thank you very much for getting in touch with us again. Sam says, I think Adam Rowlands is playing this forgetting words thing really, really well. As someone who does Amdram, learning lines is hard enough without having to pretend you can't remember them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you're having to... Oh, he did this a couple of times this week, didn't he? It's getting better though, isn't it? I'm seeing some improvement. Like his conversation with Levi on whatever day it was, he didn't forget any words at all. He managed the whole scene without doing the whole forgetful thing. But he
was saving it all up for Sonny giving head to himself.
True.
He's got a selective aphasia.
It's only with
newly diagnosed.
Eden and Sonny, I think. With Levi, it's been absolutely fine. But
yeah, because he didn't want Levi to drill into his head again.
God no, that's the last thing he needs right now. Yeah, you're right. I think he's doing really well. I think he's. Yeah, it's a difficult storyline to portray, especially the operation. That must have been really difficult to like, because nobody's got experience. Well, a very rare percentage of people got experience of that operation. I doubt many of those people are actors. So
yeah,
I don't know what that was a real life scenario, but I think he did really well. I think he's done a really good job on the storyline, to be honest.
I think as Sam says as well, he's doing well at the sort of breaking up his speech, and like in not like a really cringe shit way.
No.
Like, we're not all watching it thinking, "Oh God."
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
No.
he is doing it
Yeah.
pretty.
I'm not laughing at these scenes at all. I'm not going, "Oh God, that was awful." I'm going, "Oh, poor Remy." You know, like I hope this gets better because you can really see that, like the exasperation on his forehead is just like, "Oh, why don't I remember the word? Why don't I remember the word for bloody chips?"
Or the side of his head.
You know. Stop it! God. The location of his bandage is not Adam's fault. But yes, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's doing a good job. Like, I'm not cringing my way through this. I'm honestly feeling bad for Remy, which is the whole point, isn't it? We're meant to feel sympathy.
Yeah. I
for
think
him.
it works, and I think he's doing a fab job. I think
He is. We do have a little bit of a tongue-in-cheek comment from Sam next, so brace yourself.
Right.
He says, "And showing this sort of talent when he's only in his early 30s is incredible." $29, $29 forever, Remy. I think
I've lost count of what age he's the joke now.
He's 29 forever, doll. He's never going to be 30. He's 29 forever.
29?
Yeah. If they throw him a 30th birthday party, I'm going to fall off my chair. But he's 29 forever. Oh dear. He says, "I did laugh at the little not getting ahead joke the writers threw in." Yes. Yeah. As I've already said, Brax is a new character to me, but I'm really enjoying him. They've written him really well and almost feel like I've... Oh. I don't know whether you meant this word, Sam. They've written him really well. I almost feel like I condemned him.
Oh.
They've managed to make him feel very familiar. I don't know whether that's the... Condemned to me means like you've written him off. But then the context around it is like praising, so I don't know whether that's the right word or whether I'm reading this wrong. Let me just read that again. As I've already said, Brax is a new character to me, but I'm really enjoying him. They have written this really well. I almost feel like I condemned him. Oh, before he came on screen. Before we came
He feels like he condemned him. As in, like Sam had condemned him from what he's heard.
Yes, before we saw him for real. Now I get it. Okay. I knew it was me reading it wrong. They've managed to make him feel very familiar. The filling in of bits and bobs regarding his past has been very helpful without being obvious. I think the writers have got the balance just right for those that remember him and also for those that don't. I'd agree with that, actually.
That's interesting because last week, David from Australia said the opposite, didn't he?
He said he thought Stephen Peacock, the actor, looked bored.
Yeah, and that I mean, and that's his assessment. That's all good. But he also mentioned that if you tuned in today, you've got no reason to care, is what he said specifically, wasn't it?
Oh, well remembered. Yes, he did say that. Yeah.
Yeah, and Sam, who didn't tune in for that period, feels like it feels like
familiar.
Balanced.
Yeah, familiar.
That's good. And I said, I in the main pod, whether they might use little Casey and teaching him about history as a vehicle to sort of explain a few more bits. Because it's difficult sometimes when us, me, you, I, David from Australia, like we are all watching this having all the back knowledge. We've got it, and that's in the subconscious, and that does then affect the way you see it. It affects your gaze on certain things, doesn't it? It affects your opinion, the inference that you draw on things. Sometimes you'll take things for granted because you've got this sort of subconscious knowledge about him.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating to me hearing Sam say this because I'm wondering what it would be like meeting Brax now.
Yeah.
Not really knowing the only knowing the name, but It's like face to a name, innit? All these years later.
Yeah, and there's so much to this day even talked about, before we even knew he was coming back. The River Boys is one of those storylines or one of those families or whatever you want to call them that people talk about to this day.
Yeah,
And
Brax is a name you'll have heard. Yeah.
yeah, so if you're new to the show, you will have seen or heard someone talk about the River Boys and Brax and the Braxtons and whatever, and your opinion might be based on what you've read, because that's someone else's opinion that you've read. Someone else might say, "Oh God, they were awful," and then you go, "Oh, they're awful." Or someone might say, "Oh, they were brilliant. It was the best character on the show that we've ever had." And then you go, "Oh, right. Why? I wish I'd seen it then because."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like because if you don't have any direct knowledge of your own, you kind of read someone else's opinion, and then you kind of swayed by that. And whichever opinion you see first, or whichever opinion you see most, is normally the one that you kind of not align with, but you kind of go, you remember, you go, "Oh, I read that he was awful," and you remember, "Oh, he's awful." You know what I mean? Because it's quite hard.
Yeah.
If someone, like, if you start a new job and someone says, "Oh, don't go near them, they're a right battle axe," before you even meet them, you're expecting them to be in battle axe, aren't you?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you do judge a bit.
You
You go
do,
off. You can only go off what you hear.
of
If
course.
you've not got first-hand experience. So
That's
yeah,
the way that everything works, isn't it? Like if
yeah,
someone
of course it is.
like I've recently been acquainted with a sort of friend of a friend, and everyone that said, "Oh, he's a really nice guy, he's lovely, blah blah blah." Men have all said this, and my impression of him is that he's an absolute creep. And I'm like, both can be true, because
Yeah.
he can be really nice and cool and friendly with the boys, and they all really like him, and he can also be an absolute creep to women, and I can find
Yeah.
him creepy, and both is
Yeah.
true. It's just that until I'd met him myself, my opinion of him was that he was a really cool, nice guy. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
that's what I've
because
been
that's what
told.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's the
absolutely.
same as like reading about a soap character. You just, whatever you hear the most of, you go, "Oh, well, that 10 people have said he's a creep, or 10 people have said he's a cool guy," and you go with whichever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course you do. Yeah, you can only go off the information you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's
And then you
interesting.
seek as you find, don't you?
Yeah,
Find as you seek.
exactly.
I don't know what the saying is.
And then you go, "Oh, I was expecting a creep and I've got a cool guy," or "I was expecting a cool guy and I've got a creep." You know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
either way, you kind of surprised, aren't you? Sometimes in a good way,
Yeah.
sometimes in a bad way. Yeah,
Mm.
it's interesting. It's fascinating because obviously we know that they are the Marmite characters of the Bay, aren't they?
Yeah.
Love them or
Yeah.
hate them. There was a lot of people on record, especially on Tweet Along. I stopped watching the show because of the Braxtons, or hated Daryl Braxton or whatever. And even they are. If you jump on X and Twitter and look at the hashtag Home and Away UK recently, there's a lot of people, Mr. David, hello, calling you out here, doll, saying I don't mind Brax this time around, and I couldn't stick him last time, or I heard stuff about him and I was expecting to hate him, but actually I really like him. There's a lot of those conversations going on the hashtag as well. So yeah, it's interesting.
Yes, it is. It is. And if that's all you've heard, you're going to be braced.
Exactly.
All right, yeah.
And you can't, that's just human nature. That is just human nature. Okay, and then the last point that Sam's got to say for us is the fact that Joe said to Brax's lad that he could have Archie's room. I think he's either going to find some evidence in Archie's room or accidentally delete or destroy something in Archie's room. Are we talking about nanny cam?
Nanny cam. Yeah, it's got to.
Yeah, because the Archie's room is obviously where she placed
She
the
just
drugs.
moved the cot.
She
Move
did
the cot. Yeah.
move the cart. And I was saying earlier, there was absolutely F all to do in Brax's house, in Tane's house.
You might go poking around.
Yeah, if you're a kid and you're bored, you're going to go poke, especially at gadgets, like electronic gadgets. He could have a little poke at Nanny Cam, couldn't he?
Well, you might want to just make sure it's not filming him.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Because that's kind of creepy, let's face it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, thank you, Sam. That's given us something to think about.
Yes.
Defo. Emma next.
Uru.
Uru Emma. I know that means goodbye, but we say we say Uru. It's given us away last week. I don't know whether
I know.
before David outed us. I don't know whether anyone noticed that we said Uru.
I'm really off my groove with that now. That joke.
We're gonna keep saying it, Uru, even though we know it doesn't mean goodbye. It means hello. I mean whatever. So au revoir. So literally, Joe told Cash within minutes of being asked where she believes Tane is through her conversation with Mac. Yes. Yeah, she was like, he's in WA and I'm gonna go and find him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We couldn't believe it either.
No. Yep. Told him immediately. Absolute. Yeah. Anyway, can't say the word I want to say on the podcast. Dr. Swan. I think she's great. Love a blunt character. Me too. I love her. I love the fact that she's really comfortable setting her boundaries. Like she doesn't want to hug people. When Levi tried to hug her and she was like not hugging him back at all, like arms down by the sides. And then when JP tried to shake her hand, she just stared at his hand like, no, I'm not doing that. I thought she was excellent. Oh, because I shake people's hands and then go, oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to, but it's social norm. I have to. I wish I had the guts to just stare at someone's hand and be like, I'm not touching that.
It's just like not giving a shit what people think. Yeah,
exactly. And I'm not good at that. I'm not very good at that. I need to grow a pair and just be like, I'm not shaking your dirty hand that you have.
Be more Swan.
Be more Swan.
We need to get merch.
Oh, we need a meme. Yeah, be more Swan.
Yeah.
I love her. Cindy, you are a legend. Anyway. Emma says, love Dana being back. That's all she says on that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. ...
And she's horny. Horny.
Everyone is. Everyone's having the oysters in the bay this week. Looks like Sai is right. There we go. You'll like this. You'll like this. Eden will be getting extra lines to finish off Remy's sentences. Oh God. True. That said, the actor playing Remy, that's Adam Rowland, has done a fantastic job. Yeah.
Yeah, we've just been saying that, haven't we? How
Everyone's
good he's been doing.
Been praising him. I think he has done a good job.
Yeah, I agree.
I've not seen any negative comments on it at all. It's only just been good stuff, which is great. Rue is back. Oh, Emma, why did you remind me?
Mind you, what's she done?
Well, yeah, Rue is back. Thank goodness that Marilyn rings her every day to get an update on the diner. On Tuesday, I had to rewind it twice, but it looked like Justin was eating coleslaw with his bare hands.
What?
I need to watch this back. I need to watch it. That's hilarious. Looked like Justin was eating coleslaw with his bare hands, even though he had cutlery right next to him. Oh God, Emma! I'm gonna have
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
I'm gonna have to make a note.
I'm gonna have to watch that again. Oh, that's made me cry. Oh, I can't see my tweet along anymore. Anyway, hallelujah! Justin mentioned the garage. He must be so busy considering he's hardly at work.
I'd love to be busy not working.
It's so funny. It's so true. Thank God Dana and Sonny are back together. Dana will get to the bottom of that possible foot movement. Hopefully. Hopefully.
Muscle movement.
I'm glad I said this to you last week, didn't I? I said that he, like, I don't know how to phrase this properly, but I would feel more sympathy for him and his situation if he just got through one rehab session, one physio session, and then, just. And I said to you, the fact that he fell out of the chair and that made his leg move, for me, that would be like, let's move my body then. Let's see if this happens again. And then this week, he moved his body, a tiny bit, and his leg moved again, and I was like, this proves what I was saying last week, that if you put the work in, if you try and build your muscles up and do your physio and your rehab or whatever, it will pay off. And he's fine. The penny has dropped this week, I think, a little bit. I feel like I'm shouting at him, but it's true. It's true.
Well, I think he'll be jumping out of bed tomorrow.
Do you think it's gonna? Okay, seriously, how long do you think it's gonna be before he has a miracle?
I'm predicting Friday.
Okay. Okay.
By your reaction, you think longer.
I was gonna say maybe 3 weeks.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I'm sticking with Friday.
I think he might be walking by 3 weeks' time, and I thought that was optimistic given his pickle and the fact that he's done no rehab and no physio.
His foot's moving, he's giving himself head, sleeping with his girlfriend. Friday.
You heard it here first, folks. Oh, it's first look. Oh, it's first look tomorrow. I can't wait.
Yeah, well, yeah. I bet it's on there.
Oh, let's hope. I do think it would be hilarious if Mac did end up in prison and pregnant, banged up and up the duff. Sounds like a Channel 5 documentary. Yes.
It sounds like it's coming on after Home and Away.
Before Home and Away.
7 o'clock.
I turn over before, and it's always like rogue traders and like rogue claimants and rogue this and rogue...
Banged up and up the duff.
Banged up abroad. Banged up and up the duff. Yeah. Yes, we need that. That needs to be a prequel to the old Homers. Yeah, defo. I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. Joe, it's probably the least discreet person trying to go and find her boyfriend who's on the run. Another person ruining their life for Tane. That's what I said, isn't it?
Join the freaking club.
All these women ruining their lives for Tane. Now Cash's as well. Ugh, anyway. Casey's doing more homework. How much homework does the 10-year-old have? It's a good question, Emma. I don't know. I don't remember having this much homework when I was 10, I'll be honest. But things have changed since then. I
wouldn't have done it anyway.
No, I'd have gone in the, on the bus on the way to school in the morning, and someone goes, "Oh, did you do the history homework?" And I'm like, "Shit, we had history homework."
Yeah, you had to make your totem pole.
I'm like, no, I've not done it. Oh God, I'm terrible. I don't have a very good memory. And then Abby needs to just dump Marley. Well, Emma, you got your wish.
This must have been pre-dump.
You got your wish. She says he clearly makes her feel rubbish. Yeah, he clearly does make her feel rubbish, and that chapter has ended by the looks of things, unless they suddenly get back together. What do you think? Do you think they are toast forever, or?
Yeah, I've told you. I think he's going for lazy me.
I do. I think they're toast forever. I mean, he's moved out. He's gone to the caravan park.
I actually think he's already moved on.
Do you?
I think, like,
mentally,
before it was over, he was already tapped out. Yeah.
But I think that's a pattern with him. I think he does this. He stays in relationships too long, almost hoping the other person's going to dump him by being an arsehole.
You could be right.
I think he's a horrible person. I did get annoyed this week because when, and we didn't talk about it on the pod, when Mac and Levi got home and they found the message from Marley and it said something like "gone to the caravan park" or whatever, and Mac's first question was, "Who decided this?" And that really annoyed me because it was like she was going, "Oh, who decided that Marley was going to leave? Marley was going to be the one to leave the house," and blah blah blah. And like she always has to find someone to blame for everything, and it winds me up. I was like, "That's so accusatory." That's not my first question. If my housemate had said, "I've moved to the caravan park," my first question wouldn't be like, "Oh, who made you? Who made this decision?"
Yeah.
That's not my first reaction. I found that really weird. But that's so Mac.
Well, it's very Mac. It's the superior complex, isn't it? It's like I'm the one who makes the decisions.
Yeah.
Why, it's that kind of attitude, isn't it?
Nobody run this past me. It's got nothing to do
yeah.
with you. It's not your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
It did wind me up. I was like, no, that's not the first thing should be. Like, I hope he's okay. Maybe I should send him a text message and tell him he's
Go and
always
see him.
always
Or,
welcome to
yeah.
come back if he needs to, or he doesn't have to do this when we can work something out. Like, he doesn't. Oh,
It's weird, yeah, and it's weird as well because it's Levi's sister, and
yeah.
that's the first thing she says.
It's really weird. I felt like she was blaming Abby, like, oh, Abby must have decided that he's got to move. I was like, ugh, step back, Mac. Like,
Yeah.
stay in your lane.
She definitely needs knocking a peg or two, doesn't she?
She does.
Lately.
Yeah. I think giving birth in prison would help. Bring that cow down a peg or two. Anyway. Cash punching Tane has to be the scene of the year. It looks so good. Their little girly fight. The little girly fight afterwards was comedic, but didn't make me laugh. It was comedic, but didn't make you laugh. It made me laugh.
Beats me.
All in all, absolutely love this week on Home and Away. Are we calling it Home and a Tane? Oh, I don't know. We're going that far, Emma. Home and a Tane. Oh God!
Meaning he gets all the stories.
Yeah, it is the Tane show, I think, is what Emma's saying, isn't she? I don't know. It does feel that way sometimes, but yeah.
Well, he's inside now.
Prisoner cell block Tane. Oh, thanks, Emma. Thanks to Jacob.
Thank you.
And Sam and Emma for getting in touch with us this week, because without your input, there would be no Your Say on the Bay.
Please take the time to like, subscribe, and review Coastal News wherever you source your podcasts, and ensure you never miss an episode.